I may or may not get through this. I have too many opinions. I did my first ever order from Daily Harvest. I got the 6 cups, and I think normally they are $6.99 each. Maybe they're $7.99 each. They're $6 or $7.99. I'll put it on the screen. I just got the 6-cup delivery. You can get up to like a monthly package of 24 cups. I just got a 6-cup delivery. I was just really intrigued by like the idea of it. The packaging is really cute, and it's all vegan, I'm pretty sure. All the ones I got were vegan, and they don't have any like proteins or any meats in there, so I'm pretty sure it's all vegan, and it's all just kind of incorporating in fruits and superfoods that you might not normally use. So I was really excited to try it. So the first one I got was the Chia seed parfait, and I got the Blackberry and Majik one, and Majik is basically just blue spirulina. And so it was like mixed in little cubes, and then like you'd put the water in or milk in and mix it up, and the cubes would kind of like melt and start turning it blue, and it was a super cool color. I put protein into all of my breakfast ones because they come with like fruit and seeds and nuts and that kind of stuff, but none of them come with very much protein in them. So it has half of the cup, so the other half I just kept in the freezer, just divided them in 2, and then I added almond milk, 1 scoop of the PE Science vegan protein, and then peanut butter and coconut. It lost some of its blueness just because I added the protein powder, but it is really good. I like the banana mixed in. It kind of looks like barf, but it also kind of looks delicious. So you can kind of see like the blue mix of like the Majik and the blackberries in there. It's really good. I think I kind of get stuck in like my breakfast oatmeal kind of trend, and then you kind of like build these frames around food where you're like, oh well, I can't add bananas into stuff because that adds extra carbs and there's already like carbs in my breakfast. But doing something like this where it's just chia seeds and then the protein allows you to kind of switch up and add in more fruits and switch up the carb source, so it's not always just oats. Especially if you can't have oats, something like this with like chia seeds and fruit and protein and peanut butter, you'd really like that, and I think I'm going to try it more often. I'll put the nutrition information for each one below me as I go. The chia seed pudding comes with 2 servings, so I split them into 2. One con that I had with the chia seed pudding was that it was really hard to divide into 2 because the fruit was on top and the hemp seeds and the chia seeds were on the bottom, so I had to like dump it all into a bowl and then like take a chunk of like divide it up. It was kind of hard, but I got there eventually, and I added a scoop of protein, and then I mixed it with almond milk, and then I put 1 back in the cup and 1 in a mason jar to take with me, and I really liked that one. The pros of that one, it had a really unique flavor. I actually really liked the taste of spirulina. It was really good. It still turned it blue even though I put protein powder in it, so I was pretty happy about that because we will get to one that did not do that, and I was sad. And just the con I have is it's again kind of hard to split in 2, even though it's 2 like good servings that I think are pretty filling each, especially if you put in some protein. I added peanut butter to mine too. It's good. They were just kind of hard to divide in half, but I can get over that. The second one I tried was the carrot cake smoothie. So this one says it comes with 2 servings, and I can see if you divide it in half and blended it to make it like a drinkable consistency, so with a bit more milk, so it's like a higher volume, but just like drink it, how that could be a small snack. But like for a meal, I don't think that on its own would be very filling, because the nutrition information, like it is right here, it's not that like many calories or anything, so I don't think it would be that filling. So I used this cup all just one time on its own, and I blended it up with a scoop of protein and almond milk into a smoothie bowl, and it was so good. This one seriously tasted like carrot cake. It was like a carrot cake smoothie, and it was amazing, and I topped it with granola and coconut and all that good stuff, and it was like the shit. It was so good. The third one I tried was the cookie dough sundae, and this one comes with like its own little cookie like to put on top, which is adorable and perfect for Instagram. It's super cute. But it had cauliflower and garbanzo beans in the smoothie. So one of the really cool things about these is I wouldn't have thought to put cauliflower in a smoothie ever, and I was a little suspicious of it, but it blended up really well, and I'd say it kind of like, the taste was really masked, kind of like when you put chickpeas in blondies, if you've ever tried that. You don't like taste it, it's like masked, and it kind of just mixes in to the flavor and like adds to the flavor almost. I don't know. It was nice and creamy because it had coconut in it, and yeah, it was really good. Again, a con, I used this one as 1 serving because I think if you used it as the 2 servings as it recommends, here's the nutrition information, I again don't think it would be very filling. It'd probably be good as dessert if you're just having like a little dessert, but you only get 1 cookie, and I'm not gonna cut a cookie in half. That's not, it's morally wrong. Next one I tried, as I alluded to earlier in this video, is the Dragonfruit and Mulberry Overnight Oats, and the picture of these is like super duper pink, so I was really excited for them to be pink. So I mixed them up. I scooped the protein in, to be fair, and mixed it with almond milk just like I did with my chia seed pudding. And the first time I tried it is right here. So I'm trying the mulberry and dragonfruit oats today. I can't try them right now because I forgot a spoon, but they look like this. I thought they would be more pink than they are. They're not very pink. I added strawberries on top, but they're kind of just a regular color, and then there's like mulberries mixed in. Somewhere there's like a little thing, there's a few pieces of dragon fruit. I think there's one like right there. It didn't really turn pink at all, and I was kind of disappointed. The second time I tried it though, it was a little bit better. So I tried the second half of the mulberry and dragon fruit one, and this time I put it in the microwave. So I just have my oats with some PB2, some chia seeds, some strawberries. So this time I put it in the microwave, and there was a little more of the papaya stuff because I think it like is like a frozen chunk, and then it melted a little bit and made it a little more pink, but it still like wasn't super pink, and it just kind of tastes like oatmeal, so I'd pass on this one. So I think just like heating it up helped melt the so it comes with like a chunk, like a blend, like an already cubed chunk of like the dragon fruit in it, which is supposed to turn it pink. And so I think that just like didn't fully melt when I was doing the overnight oats. And it did better melt in the microwave, but the protein powder kind of dulled it down. So if you're gonna mix it with protein and you're just getting it because you want it to be pink, which is kind of the fun part of that one, I don't think you should get this one. I wouldn't buy this one again because it, again, like I said in the video, just kind of tasted like oatmeal. So if it's just gonna be regular, slightly pink in some places oatmeal, then I can make that myself with like a dragon fruit packet. Yeah. So onto the savory stuff I tried. First off, I tried the mushroom and miso soup, which if you look at the nutrition information, seems like it's just a bunch of vegetables, and it pretty much is. It's just mushrooms, carrots, miso broth that kind of like melts up as you cook it with the broth. But I poured in broth and then just heated it up in the microwave, and it was delicious. For both of the savory recipes, I made tofu, and I made it by just cubing up extra firm tofu and stir frying it with some Korean barbecue sauce. And I added that into these meals to make them a bit more satisfying because again, their savory ones are more like bases. That's their soups and their harvest bowls. They're meant to be added on to, they're not meant to be like a standalone meal because they don't have any kind of protein in them. So the miso broth was amazing. I like made sure that I got all the miso dissolved and in there. And the butternut squash noodles worked really well in there. I thought they were maybe gonna be like too hard or anything, but it was delicious. And one really good benefit I thought of this one was that it had like chaga and reishi mushrooms in it, which I never find in a store, so that was kind of cool. That was something that like for sure I wouldn't be able to get in a store as far as a superfood is concerned. And then the last one I tried is the Brussels sprouts and tahini one. Don't mind my prom hair, I gotta adjust it, but I really like this one. This one's probably like one of the favorite ones that I tried. It's a little small on the serving size. It's definitely just 1 serving. It's not 2 like some of them were, but it's really, really good. I like the hazelnuts, and there's a ton of tahini in it, so definitely worth it. The hazelnuts are so good. This one was like the bomb. I only wish that there was more vegetables in it because I think there was kind of a lot of tahini sauce for the amount of vegetables. So next time if I got that one again, which I definitely would, I would just chop up some more like Brussels sprouts or broccoli or like something like that and just kind of mix it in with it, because it definitely could have been more vegetables for the sauce, because I definitely think it was kind of a small amount of food for the calories, which are right here. I use it in one serving. So I think, yeah, just adding some volume with some veggies would have been good. The tofu helped add volume too, but obviously you could just mix in more Brussels sprouts and I think it would still be delicious and a little less like overly saucy, and that would be perfect. Overall, I feel like I really loved the company. I think their packaging is super cute. I think the idea is super cool. I think they're really innovative with what they can fit into a cup, and I would definitely buy it again. The only flaw is that it's really expensive, and so some of the 2-serving ones, like the chia seed pudding, that one I could see because you're cutting the price in half, so it's only like $4 for a cup. But if you're gonna be spending $6.99 or $7.99 on one meal, that's a little bit expensive. I did use a discount code. I used the Yoga Girl discount code. I can put that in the description. So that was, I got 3 cups free, so it was half off. So I felt like I could try it, and I tried it out because I had the half off discount and I wasn't losing as much money. But it is kind of expensive, so take that into account. There's not a lot of like protein in any of their meals. They're kind of more just like carb and fat based, and you kind of have to bring your own protein, which is a con but also kind of a pro, because that means that you can add whatever proteins you want. So a lot of meal prep services send like chicken based or like whey based chia puddings and stuff, smoothies and stuff like that. So this is kind of a way that you can customize it, especially for the vegans of the world who want to add plant-based thingies into their proteins into their food. That is really helpful, I think. So it's a pro and a con. I think the crux of the whole thing is just trying superfoods and foods that have like these really amazing properties in them that you might otherwise be like, I don't know, and they have mixed them into like foods really easily for you to try. So I think I'd like to try it out again in the future. I want to do like trying a bunch of the soups or like trying a bunch of the smoothies, because they have a ton of smoothies. That's what they started with. But yeah, I think it's a really cool company overall. The idea of like, what can we put into a cup and make cool? And I think that's really cool that they've managed to come up with, like, they even have lattes, which I'm not spending $8.99 on a cup for a latte, but it's cool.